on what their new switch to, and if something like that has the power of augmented reality, I think that can really, because gaming's a big part of this of the space and what applications can be used. But if you take something like Pokemon Go, where you're looking through a lens and you're seeing something that's that's there in a virtual way, it's only a matter of time before these big companies, someone like Coca-Cola, decides to plant these geographically planted tokens, or where you can go in and you can purchase it with your digital wallet and then walk into the closest get directed to the closest convenience stores that might sell that can of Coca-Cola. Or I think this is where we start to see
there's all sorts of interesting things happening there. I think the use case for taking a lot of people love the game. People love video games. It's entertainment, right? Like taking these items within video games and having those be actual NFTs, provable scarcity of those items on a blockchain, right? Where the developers can't come in and just make a bunch of them and sell them. Like the game manager, whoever can't come in, just reproduce that item and sell it off to the side to people in side markets or whatever. You could actually see on chain how rare your item is, right? I think there's allow gamers, people to really own their digital assets, right? We've seen that these items have real world value, right? Like there's Steam stores and there's PlayStation stores where people can buy skins and all these different things. That's centralized and controlled by the one company. But imagine if that was more of a free market where people could take those goods and sell it to anybody they wanted and really have true ownership, custody over that specific item within the game. So I think there's a lot of potential for that. I think we're gonna see that. Now, does it make sense to do something like that on Bitcoin's blockchain? Right? Like I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so at all. I think that we want to keep this base layer for money maximally decentralized. We don't want to spend money to put something like that on a Bitcoin's decentralized blockchain. Why not use a less decentralized blockchain that maybe is faster and has different features to do something like that? So those are my thoughts.
Right.
Those are my thoughts. Have you seen this? Paul Grewal.eth. I guess we can close out with this one. If you're a little frustrated, I'm more than a little frustrated. OFAC continues to list Tornado Cash on its sanctions list and prevents U.S. persons from using it. That's even though the Fifth Circuit has clearly held that OFAC did not have the power to impose these sanctions. Here's why. Can you click on this, Paul, so we can go to the second piece of it?
What's OFAC?
The Office for Foreign Actions or something like that. Office of Foreign Assets Control. Yeah, there you go.
And so what did they say?
Well, they've basically sanctioned Tornado Cash, which is a crypto protocol, which is a piece of code, but it set a very chilling precedent to. It's like a mixer, so people can have privacy. Like you go to the convenience store and you buy like goods with your Bitcoin wallet. Well, you don't want the fucking person who's the cashier to be able to see how much money you have in your Bitcoin wallet. So you use like a mixer, right? You use a mixer to send it to retain your privacy. You mix your transaction with other ones, so the person who you're checking out with can't. They don't know how much money you have. They can't see into your bank account, right? That's the point. Like it's basically a privacy-preserving technology for blockchains. So approximately 3 months ago on November 26th, the Fifth Circuit held that OFAC did not have authority to impose the sanctions it did on the Tornado Cash privacy protocol. The Fifth Circuit then sent the case back to district court with instructions to enter an order in favor of plaintiffs who Coinbase had funded and supported. Inexplicably, the DOJ then asked to delay plaintiff's request to the district court to execute the Fifth Circuit's instruction by asking for a 60-day delay. The district court gave them only until March 17th, so we all have to wait until then. Bureaucratic efficiency be damned. CC Doge. So basically, they're just like sitting. This is what they do when they are going to lose a case or there's a problem. They sit on the case, or like they stick it on the docket and they don't like hear the case. This is what's happened. I mean, there's all these little games they can play, to do all this stuff.
Until a more convenient time comes around.
So here David Hoffman says, the Tornado Cash Coinbase-backed lawsuit against the Treasury went in our favor. The courts rejected the DOT's position that a smart contract is illegal. Then nothing happened. Is Tornado Cash safe to use now? What happened to that? Asking for a friend. So yeah, hopefully we'll see in about 5 days. They have to respond in court, so hopefully we'll see all charges dropped, and we'll move on from this. But I think that's a good point to leave off today on. Any last things you wanted to touch on, Jeff?
No, I think on another podcast it was more on blockchain and the technology where it's
Yeah.
going, how it's being used.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, so I think
We can unpack all that.
looking forward to talking about
Maybe
some
on
of that
our maybe on Cypherpunk'd we can go down that rabbit hole. You and me, just do a one-on-one.
stuff. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks so much, guys, for listening. It's been an absolute pleasure. Have a good evening.
Have a good evening. Thank you.
The runway.